Hi everyone. In this video, we will talk about ARM templates. ARM templates are a very important topic in Azure, and to be successful in Azure, you have to know ARM templates. Um, so basically, it cut down your time and make it a lot easier to create resources. For instance, if you create a virtual machine, you have to go through the add process and filling in all the information inside this wizard and everything. Also, you have to go to the PowerShell and you need to remember all the commands in order to create a virtual machine or virtual network. ARM templating on the side makes it a lot easier. You fill all the information inside a JSON template. Is a language called JSON. You write all the information in there and just simply deploy it, and you can delete it and save your template on the side. So anytime you need your resources to be deployed, you can just simply use that template in order to deploy it. So we have different contents in ARM templates. So we have resources. So this is used to specify the resources that need to be deployed, for instance, VM, storage account, virtual networks. And then we set variables. If you're familiar with the programming language like Python and Java, you know what variables are, where the values can be reused. Then we get parameter, which will then use to provide values during the deployment. And then we have the output, return values from deployed resources. So let me show you the ARM templates. So if you type template, you'll see an option in Marketplace say template deployment, deploy using custom deployment. So here we can create different templates for our resources. To give you an example first, what I want to do is, let's see if we have an existing resource. I want to see if I can grab that template for that particular machine. So this is virtual machine I already have here, and in here if I type maybe template, so say export template, so this whole virtual machine has its own ARM template written. So basically you can copy and save that in ARM templates and you can deploy that. Basically it's very, very simple. So let's go through with creating an ARM template. So if I go and click on build your own template in the editor, the easy way to understand this one is step by step. What you can do is, if you do add resource and add, what if you want to add a storage account maybe. So if I click on storage account and I enter my name, maybe Mo007, and I hit on OK, this will give us the first skeleton kind of look. So if you look at it, it gives us the parameters. Parameters basically where I put my name in. So Mo007 type. It's selected its default value as standard LRS. You can change to ZRS or anything. And the resource is basically a storage account. So we'll go to resources. We have name, my name. Type is where, again, in resources is a Microsoft storage account. Here we can specify our location, which is not filled yet. And here we have depends on tags and all the information there. And we have the variables which we can reuse. So before I give you an example, I just want to make sure that I delete all the resources in my computer. So before I deploy a template, so all resources are cleared. So let's go and create our very first template. So go to template and hit on template deployment. And I'll say build your own. I have one of my own template, which is to create a virtual network. So what I'm trying to do here is, so we have the variables network address. So if you look at here, I have a network name ARM network. So I'm trying to create a network and giving it a name ARM network. I'm setting a subnet, which is a default, and then also giving a subnet address to this address. And then resources are basically what are we deploying? We are deploying a virtual network. We giving a name as in whatever the variable is. Because the variable you can see that we already give here ARM network. We set in a location here, properties, address space. So let's deploy this one and see if we can get any virtual network created. So just simply hit on save and then choose your demo, and then we have region selected, hit on review and create. So see, I didn't have to go to the portal wizard, or I didn't have to go to the command line to create PowerShell commands to create the virtual network. This should easily create our virtual network, and it's a very simple exercise. So now if I go to home and I want to see if I have any virtual network, I just need to refresh it, and here you can see I have my ARM network. It was very simple to deploy this one. If you don't need it, you can delete it and save the template. So anytime you want to deploy your ARM network, you can just simply use the save templates. Another thing is I want to show you is if you're new in the ARM templates, there's something called JSON template validator. So if you type JSON validator, and if you have written your JSON template and you want to check if it's okay or not, or no error, you just paste it here. And just for example, I remove this bracket here, and then if I say validate JSON, it will show me an error that where is the problem happening. It shows you what line it is and everything. So this is another way to identify if there is any error you need to identify. So if I do a validate JSON again, it says it's a valid JSON. Okay, one more thing I want to do is want to talk about a bit more about variables. So if I go to again the template deployment, currently I've deleted my virtual network now, so I don't have any ARM network here. So I'm gonna use template again to deploy it, but using variables this time. So if I go template, say template deployment, and if I go build my own, I'll use my pre-written JSON. So this time I've used the variables. So here I have the variable sections. So this is the name of, this is network address, and I'm setting it equal to. So if you know Java or Python, you set your variables using set equal to. So here we can use network address is equal to, we set the network address. I'm giving the network name here, subnet name here, and subnet address. So when I go to the resource, I do not have to redefine them. I can simply go and say name, set it to say variable, and then just refer it to the network address. Just point it to the network address. Same with the location and type. The other properties, if you want to add, we can do so. Even here subname, you're just referring it to the variable. So now if I hit it to save, give the resource group name, and I have to review and create, this should create a virtual network for us that should name ARM network. So if I go back, go to virtual networks, okay, wait here. It will take some time to deploy. So we have it here now, we just need to refresh and we will see ARM network. Not yet. See, we have ARM network here now. So we have in our ARM networks in here now, central views. So that was a quick way to use variables. And lastly, but not the least, we're gonna talk about parameters. You know, in parameters, we give the values at the runtime. So to show you again the same way, we go to template. No, sorry. Template custom deployment. I'll go to build your own one. So this time I am not using the variables. This time I'm using the parameters. So this time I'm leaving them blank. So when I will run it, say save, then I should be able to choose the name if I want to. So here I have parameters, network name, type I set it to string, default value ARM networks. So if I hit on save this time, you will see I'll choose the demo group, so resource group. This time it gives me all the values in here, which I can change again if I want to. So this is how we can set the parameters here. Again, if I do review and create, this should create the resource for us. Okay, so go to resource, and now we should have the virtual networks in here. Yep. I hope this video was helpful on ARM templates, and thank you for watching this video.